Good evening everyone. I, Assistant Professor Revati Naik, welcome all of you. In today's lecture, we will discuss something important about domicile. Now, why domicile is important? Domicile is that concept which decides the application of law when it comes to the distribution of a movable property after the death of a person. So, it is important for the purpose of understanding the succession of a movable property. Now, what is the domicile or how it is governed? The law regarding domicile is given in Indian Succession Act of 1925, and part 2 of that deals with it. Whatever is given in this act, it is not applicable to Hindu, Mohammedan, Buddhist, Sikh or Jain. What is the reason? The reason is that all these people or all people belonging to all these religions, they are governed by their own personal laws. Now, the succession to the immovable property is situated in India. It is distributed in accordance with the Indian law. So that's why it is said that succession to the immovable property is dependent on the locus of a property, location of a property, and succession to the movable property, as we just discussed little earlier, it is governed by the domicile. So now these are the two illustrations which are given in the act itself. Let's go for the first illustration. A, having his domicile in India, dies in France, leaving movable property in France, movable property in England, and property both movable and immovable in India. Now, he had his domicile in India, so the succession to the movable property will be governed by the Indian law. His immovable property was situated in India, that's why again the succession to the immovable property will be governed by the Indian law. The second illustration also explains the same concept. Now there are two types of domiciles which are provided under the Act. First one is a domicile of origin and second one is a domicile of choice. Now what is a domicile of origin? As the name itself makes clear that it is a domicile which is acquired by birth. For acquisition of it, nothing is required to be done, and it continues till a change is made in it or till the time new one is acquired. Section 7 and 8 of the Act, they say that in case of a legitimate child, domicile of a father, and in case of a illegitimate child, domicile of a mother will be the domicile of a child. So in case of a legitimate child, it is considered or it is believed or it is a well accepted proposition of a law that relationship between a child and a father is accepted or it gets established. That's why father's domicile becomes the domicile of a child. However, in case of illegitimacy, it is the mother's domicile which will be the domicile of a child. Now there is an example. At the time of birth of A, his father was domiciled in England. A's domicile of origin is in England, whatever may be the country in which A is born. So domicile is always derived from the parent. In case of legitimate child, it is father. In case of illegitimate child, it is mother. Now another type of a domicile is the domicile by choice. It has to be acquired. How it is acquired? Some ways of acquisition. A reference of it is made under section 10. Section 10 says that new domicile can be acquired by taking up a fixed habitation in a country which is not of his domicile of origin. Right. Now suppose if any person who is having another domicile in another country wants to acquire a domicile in India, what is required to be done by him? He may acquire a domicile in India by making and depositing it in the some office which is designated by the state government, and he is required to make a declaration that he is living in this country and for the period of 1 year immediately preceding the time of making of his declaration. Now new domicile which is acquired, it continues until the former domicile has been resumed or another has been acquired. So law has not restricted the number of times for which domicile of choice can be acquired. It can be acquired as many times as a person wants. So if he gives his new domicile and does not acquire a new one, then his domicile of origin will get revived. or if he acquires another domicile, his domicile will get changed accordingly. Now there are different types. The law has given in detail the provision regarding minors domicile. Thank you.